is Rick Martell here. Just going to walk through the McDonald's web portal application for ordering cards and fulfilling orders through our pick and pack application. So starting here on our home page, we have a login screen. We're going to be using Auth0 to log in, and I am going to be logging in as administrator under my account here. So first screen we see here is just our basic splash screen as an administrator. For the purpose of this demo, we're really only going to be concerned with the order cards functionality. So we'll start there. So on the order card screen, we have a very basic setup for ordering cards by line. We're using McDonald's B2B inventory currently. So I'm going to go ahead and select one of those from this drop-down menu. To the right here will be a design that accompanies each product description. For now, we just have a generic arch card image, but once we get our images, we can associate them with each product description. Here I'm going to place a quantity. Because I'm logged in as administrator, I have the access to enter any value here within a specific numeric range. Most users will only have a drop-down list of predefined totals here, but I'm going to add 100 cards. And we're going to put $10 on each card. And this is the value of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add to add another product description. And we'll select one more. We'll do quarter pounder at 50, $4.25, and proceed as so. There's an option to choose rush shipping. It will add a total. This is just a sample total, not actual total. But for this demo, we'll just use the ground shipping. And click Save. Here, we can pre-populate if we know the vendor ID, or we can enter each of these lines individually. We can look at vendor ID, order number, company name, contact address, city, state, zip, country, phone, and email. So just pretty basic customer shipping information, and then we'll just proceed to the confirmation page where we can see the line items that we've added along with the denominations and the total for each. On this screen, we do have the ability to edit the shipping and customer information before we confirm. So I'll just do that, and then this order is ready to be submitted. So the order is submitted, a confirmation window is displayed, and at this point the order is automatically created in Visual. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that now. So actually right now we're looking at the visual database for the customer and the McDonald's parts. As you can see, these parts were created in Visual, the quarter pounder and the Big Mac. So I'm going to actually use that customer order ID to look up that order in Visual right now. So from the customer order entry page, you just enter our order ID. And we will see the 100 Big Mac and 50 quarter pounder cards in stock and a part of this order. If I go to the print acknowledgement form, so right now we're just pulling up that acknowledgement form just to have more of a visual confirmation that the order was created in Visual. So there it is with the part descriptions and quantities. And for this sample, we're just using a test unit price value. As you can see here too, you'll see that there are different shipped to and sold to addresses. That is because the portal is using a portal address table and Visual is using a separate table for storing the customer addresses. Separate discussion we might want to have is how we want to interface the portal with Visual in regards to addresses. Do we want to give the user the ability to create addresses in Visual, or should they all be pre-created and selectable from the portal? So also at this point, once the order is created in Visual, there is actually a report that will print on the floor with a barcode. The operator will grab that printout, move to the workstation, and begin fulfilling the pick and pack application process. So with that printout in hand, the operator will go to the workstation and click on this icon, Pick and Pack Shortcut. So again, this is just a very simple interface for scanning a customer order ID barcode, pulling up the order, and scanning the parts to fulfill the order. So right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scan that barcode with the customer order ID we generated. And because I did not click the new button, it did not pull up the order right away. So we have some safeguards in place to prompt the user to start the process. So you'll see a progress bar there connecting to visual. It's pulling in the order from visual. There's our customer order summary. There are our parts. And from this point, the operator will have those parts by their station, and they will begin scanning each of those parts to deduct those parts from the order. So we'll start with the Big Mac. So for McDonald's, these are in packs of 25. So it's very simple, just deducted 25 4 times, and we'll proceed to the Quarter Pounder. And as we scan our last pack, you'll see the order complete. A PDF with the FedEx tracking label will appear. What just happened there is we just sent a request out to FedEx for tracking and a shipping label. So that's our return there in a PDF format. We have a FedEx tracking number to associate with this box. So at this point, the order is complete. I'll click OK. And one feature that to go with our pick and pack application is that we have a serialization database that resides outside of Visual that will store our serialization. So what happened there was this pack that I scanned was scanned in, and these packs will link to the boxes with the tracking number, and we can track serialization in the table. So at this point, the order is complete. User would click New and proceed to the next order. We're in the process right now of adding in the safeguards necessary to prevent users from scanning in too many customer orders or too many parts. The idea is that this interface will require as little user interaction as possible, basically just clicking a new button, scanning the product, and if you look at this box complete button, we will have the functionality to complete a box and continue to another box in the same order. So what you would do here is after if the quantities are not 0 for both, you would click box complete. We'd do that serialization store. We would get our shipping information, and we would proceed to the next box in the order. So that's an additional feature that we'll have in this application for orders that require multiple boxes. So that is our pick and pack application and our web portal front end. Right now it's very, very basic and very straightforward, but it's also very powerful, especially on the pick and pack side, given that we're storing serialization. So that's what we have today. So any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.